Depending on where you live, your access to medication will look very different in the coming months. At least 2 major pharmacies shutting down several locations. And as I'm told, it's going to happen fast.
I mean, it's going to create a pharmacy desert.
The pharmacy landscape in Michigan is rapidly evolving. Rite Aid essentially going out of business, in the words of John Kakmacki.
You know, I give Rite Aid a lot of credit for hanging in there, trying to make it work. But I think you know, really the rooster came home to roost.
Kakmacki is the president of UFCW Local 951, a union that, at one point, represented more than 1,000 Rite Aid employees at 89 different locations in South and West Michigan. He says it's been reduced to 240 employees at just 47 locations.
Next week it'll be less. You know, 2 weeks from then it'll be less still.
He says by mid to late September, he believes every location in their jurisdiction will cease to exist.
Some of them are going to say, well, you know, I won't be able to say goodbye to these people. My point is, say goodbye to them now, because this is going to happen quick.
Kakmacki points to the opioid settlement as one of the major catalysts for the company's decline. Rite Aid agreeing to pay $30 million. And they're not the only ones. Walgreens paying $5.5 billion over 15 years. On Thursday, announcing the shutdown of 25% of its 8,600 nationwide locations.
They all got their hand caught in the cookie jar, and now it's time to pay up.
Eric Roth, Director of Government Affairs for the Michigan Pharmacists Association, says reimbursements have also been on a downward trend for at least 10 years and put much of the blame on pharmacy benefit managers who act as the middleman between the patient and the pharmacy themselves.
They're the ones that we believe are profiteering off of the rising drug costs and making it harder for patients to get their medications at an affordable rate, while also making it harder for pharmacies to stay in business and serve those same patients.
Roth says legislation was introduced to combat that trend called the Pharmacy Benefit Manager Licensure and Regulation Act. It went into effect this January, but says the enforcement has been slow at best.
I met with a pharmacy this morning that showed me concrete examples of how the law is continuing to be violated.
And this won't just hurt the pharmacists themselves, who will now be out of a job, but also the consumers. Roth says 90% of Americans currently live within 5 miles of a pharmacy. Kakmacki knows that won't be the case very soon.
And if you live in Southwest Michigan, sometimes you get that snow belt, and you may have to travel, 20 miles in a foot and a half of snow to get to a pharmacy to help, get some medicine for your child or your loved ones to get better.
Kakmacki says the employees do have a protected pension and were offered severance packages, but now he has to try and help them look for another job. We have reached out to Rite Aid to learn more, but we have yet to hear back. We'll let you know if that changes. Reporting here in studio, Max Goldwasser, Fox 17 News.